Literacy specialist Pauline Gibbons says that the most important lesson we can learn as teachers is that our students have unlimited potential. My teaching philosophy incorporates this idea through a student-centered approach that focuses on the optimal learning model and the socio-cognitive theory. My philosophy incorporates an authentic curriculum that will increase a student's confidence and desire for learning. The optimal learning model applies developmental and social learning. In this model, teaching structure is based on the degree and intensity of assistance the learner requires to be successful. This model will be successful in my classroom because when students have the strategies, confidence, and knowledge to continue learning on their own, not only does learning accelerate, but also much of the responsibility for learning gradually shifts from the teacher to the student. My philosophy includes instilling a love for learning and literacy among my students. The optimal learning model achieves this with continuous demonstrations, practice, and support, helping learners to proudly assume the role of a confident reader and learner. The optimal learning model and the socio-cognitive theory both encompass the belief that effective language instruction is social and dependent on relationships with others, with context, with environment, with the world, and with self. The cognitive aspect of this multifaceted theory sees people as active learners who initiate experiences, seek out new information to solve problems, and recognize what they already know to achieve insights. Teaching through the socio-cognitive theory enables readers to engage their prior beliefs and knowledge to form representations which are strongly influenced by the negotiation of text, task, source of authority, and sociocultural meanings. Instructing through this model teaches students to value the perspectives of others and allows them to find multiple meanings in a text. The relocation of authority from teacher to the text and student also ties in with my teaching philosophy of empowering students and increasing their confidence as learners and readers. Integrating basic skills of literacy such as phonics, comprehension, fluency, vocabulary, academic language, critical literacy, writing, and oral development into a challenging, relevant curriculum is a crucial and complex feature of my literacy philosophy. Students do best when the skills they need are taught in meaningful contexts. Providing students with a plethora of reading material is important to me as an educator. Embracing the optimal learning model and the socio-cognitive theory, I plan to model metacognitive processes to teach reading skills. By explicitly modeling strategies and allowing adequate time for practice, students will have a hefty arsenal of skills for tackling new texts. I plan to create a writer's workshop environment for teaching writing in my classroom. My philosophy fosters authentic writing. Writing conferences would be an essential part of my writing program. Conducting scaffolded conversations before, during, and after writing is important for supporting students throughout the writing process. Celebrating writing in progress is another important aspect of my philosophy. Students will feel proud and affirmed by the class environment through sharing their pieces and keeping portfolios to document their progress. My philosophy values student-centered assessments that involve engaging students in examining their own learning, authentic assessments and self-evaluation, a cooperative, collaborative, and supportive environment, clear criteria and standards, and immediate, frequent, and informative feedback. In these assessment types, students continue to learn through the testing activity and are challenged to think critically rather than reciting memorized facts. Implementing these evaluation tools will create a classroom of creativity, authentic learning, and high levels of critical thinking. The necessary components for meeting the needs of varying populations are already interwoven into the fabric of my teaching literacy philosophy. The optimal learning model in particular is especially critical in meeting the needs of multilingual learners, struggling learners, students with different learning styles, and differently abled learners. I know that it is important to challenge my own expectations of what students are capable of. The way in which teachers talk with and about students grows out of how they construct their students as learners and how they see their own identities. My teaching philosophy takes this into consideration and is founded on the belief that students have unlimited potential and that it is my job as a future educator to foster and reveal that potential.